Well, we use it to do pretty much everything these days. It's probably hard to picture your life without it. Google was born 20 years ago today. When Google was first introduced, you were using dial-up internet. If you had a cell phone, it was a dinosaur, and you used maps made of actual paper from trees. So if you wanted to know something, you might remember this. You actually had to ask somebody. So to reflect on how Google has changed the world, we're joined by futurist Nick Badminton. Good to have you here in studio and in person.
Great.
All right, Google was not the first search engine.
No.
Many of us will remember there was InfoSeek, Yahoo, Ask Jeeves, Alta Vista. How did Google become the Google, and how did it revolutionize the way we use the internet?
Yeah, they really just found a new way of ranking pages. It used to be just done on keywords, and then they used PageRank, and it used to be called backrub. And it was all about backlinking, and it changed the world completely.
Yeah, it's become a verb. I'm going to go Google that.
Yeah.
This is not just their online presence. Google has really changed the way that we function as a society. And Google, they're now trying to build a city here in Toronto. They have high schools that'll train you and directly put you into the company. How else have we seen them imprint in society?
Well, they've diversified away from search, and like everyone's got Gmail, and everyone uses Google Voice and Google Hangouts,
Google Classroom,
Google Docs. I do everything in Google Docs these days. So it's become an absolute lifestyle brand, and that it being a verb. Yeah, let's Google this, let's Google that, let's live a Google lifestyle.
In 20 years, it's really phenomenal. The startup wouldn't be what it is today without Google. Google was founded by Sergey Brin and Larry Page. They were PhD students at Stanford at the time. How did they change the way entrepreneurs approach their ideas?
I think they realized that they weren't getting, people weren't believing in them at the beginning, so they started to believe in themselves. And they've expanded their capabilities by building capabilities like GoogleX, where they can build Google Glass and internet balloons and artificial intelligence capabilities. So they've completely reimagined how they look at ventures and venture capital and how they invest in people. And they do things like moonshots. What's going to change it? A moonshot is like, let's change 1 billion people's lives. So they aim for these big targets of change in the world. And that's the way that Google's changed the world in terms of startups.
You and I have both read books on how Google runs itself as a company, what they do for their employees and how they train their employees, how they think, how they do targets. You've actually been to Google. What impressed you?
Yeah, I've been down there a few times. It's just the lifestyle. Once you're inside, you never need to leave. I mean, I've got lots of friends that work there. I spoke there earlier this year. And it's just, people believe in the mantra of making the world a better place and, not being evil and doing good in the world through technology. Yeah,
somebody told me once the way that they set up targets for their employees is if you hit all of your targets, it means you haven't aimed high enough.
That's right. I mean, we no longer are aiming for 10, 20% above target. It's like twice, 10 times the amount of impact in the world.
As a futurist, Nick, where will Google go in the next 20 years if they've already done this much?
Yeah, it's about dominance. I mean, they've already got 75% of search traffic and 90% of mobile search traffic. They're going to be everywhere. They're going to be in sensors, in cars. There's already the Google self-driving cars already dominant. So it's going to be in every single part, even in all of these devices around us.
I feel more and more like it's Google's world and we're all just living in it.
Indeed, yeah.
Nick, thanks for coming in this morning.
Thank you.